This one's got it. Well, I'm going to be competing in my first bodybuilding competition in just about 4 months now. And why I'm competing, it's because I've been working out for a few years now, and ever since I was introduced to weightlifting, bodybuilding has been something that's piqued my interest, and now it's gotten to the point where, I know I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not going to, expect to win anything, but I've just got the itch to compete, the itch to get better, and the itch to see what I can do right now. Would I be tickled to death to win it? Yeah, the competitive side of me is thinking of, I can go out and win this, I'm gonna go, run a marathon after two, but I gotta learn to temper my expectations, going into it. I want to get on stage, that's the goal. But, other than that, not last place is my secondary goal, because that's, it's gonna be my worst showing, I guarantee, for a long time. The first one's always the worst, but, sky's the limit from there. Only one place to go from rock bottom, and that's up. But anyways, I'm excited. I've been on prep for about 2 months, and my strength's dipped, but I've been getting a growing sense of anticipation and excitement, just knowing that I'm getting closer and closer to actually competing. And there's also nerves too. I'm nervous about stepping on stage, and I know that I'm not going to be the best guy there, most likely. I would be at a loss for words if I won. But I just want to go out and I want to compete, and I think anybody can. And you always got to start somewhere. And this is me going out and starting and doing a prep for the first time and actually, testing myself and seeing if I can do it. Obviously, it's not going to be great, but the important thing is I'm going to go and try. And we're going to start out today with some chest, and something else that I've been dealing with is just the fatigue and the loss of strength. It is demoralizing to go from lifting, 50, 60 pounds heavier when you're in the peak bulk and then just losing it. And I know you don't lose it all. I know that I've gotten stronger pound for pound. I can still feel it. And compared to my last cut, I'm stronger than I was. But just to lose that, it sucks, man. But, I've got a healthy stack going, so I'm not going to lose too much strength. I'll show you it. I got my men's 1-a-day multivitamins, for, vitality. You got the good old Great Value Zyrtec for, pump, not allergies, pump. And then you got whatever this thing is, Joint Health. Yeah. I don't have a lot of money, but, I'm just going out and I'm going to work hard every day. I go out and push myself in the gym, and it just feels incredible to be working to something that I'm really passionate about. And even the cardio, which I am just not a fan of at all. I'm getting myself up and at least doing 12,000 steps a day, or, getting on the elliptical, getting my ass on the Stepmaster or the bike or whatever I have to do. I'm getting my butt on there, and I'm working as hard as I can. And that's something that I'm proud of. So I'm going to go ahead and head to the gym, and I will be there in 3, 2, 1.
necessarily always harder to do, especially in this position. It feels like it doesn't know how to go in a straight line.
That's, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
It kind of wobbles.
Fun challenge. Try to open doors with your left hand.
Oh, I'll try.
Well, I'm just saying, like, think about how often you push something from here to here. Yeah, it's literally never. So, even like opening a door with that hand would feel weird. So you have 6.
Little recap, wasn't a great chest day. Did 165 for 3 sets of 8 on the bench, failed on the 7th rep on the final set, and then went from 60 to 50 to 45 to 40 on incline dumbbells, and that was really demoralizing. But I went to failure on pretty much every single one, and I at least hit 8 reps on every single one, so I'm happy with that. It's definitely tough, actually, you know, getting so much weaker, especially compared to where I started, because when I started lifting, I was benching the bar and I didn't know what in the world I was doing, and I kept getting hurt and I got fat. I mean, I gained like 40 pounds and I think maybe 2 was muscle. But you know, at this point, I'm just trying to remember that this is all about leaning out. It's not about gaining as much muscle as I can. It's about getting as cut and dry as I can. And even though it's tough, you know, I'm starting to see progress. You know, I'm seeing little lines in my arms I haven't seen, lines in my legs that, you know, have never been seen before. And even my face, you know, it's still kind of fat and round, but you know what? It was fatter and rounder at the peak bulk. So I'm pretty happy with that, you know. I just want to put the best product I can out there. And I've made a promise to myself that I'm going to step on stage no matter what condition I'm in. If I'm 200 pounds and 50% body fat, I'll get my butt on stage and I'll get laughed and ridiculed. But you know what? I went out and did it. I'll come back better next time. But something tells me that I'm actually going to do decent, that I'm going to be proud of the product that I put out, and that I'm going to learn a lot and be better for next time. You know, but that's not to say I'm not going to try and do the best I can and maybe upset a few people. I went ahead and did my walk, and I actually tracked it with my phone, and I ended up with a grand total of 10,798 steps over 4.5 miles, so I'm happy about that. I've been really good about doing my cardio, and I hate cardio, but there's just something about competing that's making me do it every single day, and I'm also feeling better, you know. My heart rate's going down and I'm breathing a lot better. So, I mean, this is just a great experience overall. I'm gonna get down to a point where it's gonna suck, and it's just gonna be pure will and determination that drives me to keep going. But I'm excited for that. I think I've got what it takes, and I think this is the start of something special. And I'm excited to look back on this as a little documentation and see how far I've come. You know, I want to go out and I want to compete and I want to win. And I think at some point I'm going to go do that. And this is the beginning of that. So every day I'm going to keep training, and every day I'm going to hold myself accountable. And that's pretty much it. That's all you can ask for. So legs tomorrow and even more cardio. It's going to be fun.